We are at the Global Pet Expo. It's a WOOF. We have Hannah, and we have Michelle, and we have Atlas here today. And we are going to share some WOOF products with you, how to use them, and talk about why enrichment is so important for your dogs. This is our popsicle. So this is the signature product that we launched with. Unscrew the top here, and then we have our refill pops. So there's different nutrient boosts that you can put inside. Calming pops, we have with joy and we have immunity. But you affect that, yes, we'll investigate it, make sure it's up to the sniff test. You screw this together, and then you give your dog, it has the pop inside here, and so they lick the product, they try to kind of get at the pop. You usually get about 20 to 40 minutes. What it's doing is it's giving mental enrichment, mental stimulus. Licking is so good for dogs. It helps with emotional regulation. You know this better than anyone, but it helps with just kind of like cooling and calming in the summer. So there's a lot of amazing benefits that literally just come from licking, and then you combine it with these nutrient boosted kind of superfood refills, and you're getting extra bonus benefits on top of that. So Atlas has a lot going on right now, otherwise he would be licking this. It's one of his favorite products, but yeah, and one of mine as well.
I've been loving the Walkabout, which is a new product for us. It is a slow feeder and puzzle treat toy, so it unscrews similar to the popsicle. And what makes it different from other slow feeders, it has this adjustable dial, so you can put kibble in it, you can put treats in it. There's all sizes from extra small to extra large. You can even lock it, so if you're traveling, you can put the food or put the treats inside and close it up. I give it to my dog. I basically feed him his dinner in it every night, especially when it's too hot, too cold, snowing, raining, and I can't get him all the walks. Pushes a scoop of kibble in it, close it, and he just walks around my apartment trying to get the food out. It could take him up to like an hour to eat his dinner, whereas he usually scarfs it down in less than a minute. So it is a lifesaver for us.
I'm gonna talk about this too. I'm going to show the inside a little bit better. So I didn't know that it did this too, so that you could like choose the different sizes, which is really neat. You can see in there the different sizes depending on your kibble and your treat, which is really cool. Yeah, stick your nose in there, bud. Yeah, there's not a treat.
We can put some treats in it, so we also have these puzzle treats that pair with it. So these are chicken-based treats.
So something about slow feeding, which I don't know if you guys know this or not, this is why like it's really great. It's with nutrition, a dog that eats their food really, really fast isn't able to fully absorb the nutrients from that meal. 90% of the nutrients will just come right back out the other end. Slow feeding is really, really important. So a tool like this is fantastic because you're actually helping the dog get more of the nutrients out of the meal.
That's amazing, yeah. This is our Honest Chew product. So Atlas is a big chewer. And what we love about this product is it is a way to kind of satisfy their chewing instinct, give them something that's completely plant-powered, because it doesn't present the same kind of splinter risk as traditional natural bones. And it has these paw-friendly shapes as well, so as he plays with it, you'll see kind of this kind of coming up so you can like really grip. You get some dental benefits as part of that, so somebody's helping, with plaque and tartar. It has these like little nubs here as well.
I'll take that.
He's a gentle chewer. He's a lover boy.
I have a really, really heavy chewer. He's like a big, like, I will destroy anything guy. And we have not tried this yet. So we will have to test it out to see how it goes. Because I have seen him destroy literally every single toy. Anything that they're like, oh, you're not going to destroy this. He destroys it. So I always like to give a good chew test on things like that.
Yeah, his brother is very similar. I would say it lasts for a few weeks. So it's designed to sleep. So you will see these like little pieces that come up that are completely digestible. It's designed to last for a few weeks, not forever, right? Especially if you have a power chewer. You kind of see that wear and tear down to about like a quarter of the chew. It's time to get a new one. You'll have to tell us.
I definitely have a power chewer. It's one of those things that's like kind of difficult. He's a very anxious dog, so I want him to have that ability, but I also don't want him to break his teeth.
Yeah, exactly. It's a balance. 100%.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about some of the new products that you guys have?
Yeah, of course. We actually have a bunch of new products. So this is our new lip gloss line. It's effectively a lickable, ready to squeeze, ready to go supplement and spread. So we have 3 different recipe blends. This is our calming support, which is Atlas's go-to. It's good in kind of like an environment like this. We also have doggy dental, so you're getting a lot of like active ingredients is there. You can add it to your favorite enrichment toy, like a popsicle even. You can add it to. We have a new like mat, which is double-sided. One side is easy, one side is hard, just in terms of like the textures that you have. And then one of the sides actually has dosing rules, so you can there's guidance in the back for based on your dog's weight, how much you should ideally give them. But you can eat it straight from the package as well. So a lot of different use cases. You get about 20-ish servings. And then we have a pumpkin butter too. The pumpkin is great for digestion.
Let's take a look at it because I always like to like texture.
So little hack here. Kind of knead it, warm it up. This is our flip mat mini. So we have a normal size and then a mini size. Kind of spread it out on a lick mat. Yeah. We didn't do as much show prep as we probably should have for this, but you know, ideally you're kind of like spreading it around and then you put it on the lick mat again. Licking is so great for dogs. Atlas, you want a little treat?
So you guys can see there's the texture of it.
Yum yum.
Yum. There you go.
It's also great for kind of like stressful moments for dogs. It'll suction cup to a window if you're on road trip.
Fantastic.
If your dog's getting groomed, they're trimming their nails, it has really, really tough suction, and so big fan over here clearly. The dogs win.
The important thing to remember with licking is that licking reduces anxiety for dogs and it releases dopamine.
So combine it with the calming ingredients and
you've got a set dog tonight. Yeah, this is great for end of day activity kind of thing, right? Because you've had a busy day, you're playing a lot. My dog tends to get a little overstimulated with the wall, gets a little crazy. So, if you need a walkabout, then get like that right before bed, and you kind of combine those couple of things, and now you have a really chill dog.
I love to give my dog a lick mat before bed every night for some reason, no matter how much physical and mental stimulation he barks at me before bed because he still wants to play. I'm a lick mat. Really excited about these to add in the calming, but we do add a calming mix for our lick mat, so I can really give it that.
Yeah, these are really cool lick mats.
Yeah.
Let's show this one.
So it has the little bowl in the middle, which also has dosing rings.
It does.
Scoop it in, mix it with water, and then you can easily spread it on there. That's what I have been giving him before we had the lick wells and the flip mats, and it really calms him down before bed. This is my other favorite for my dog, and he loves it. This is our biting brush. So to them it's just a toy, but it's actually cleaning their teeth. So it has these little bristles that clean their teeth as they chew on it. So we have 2 different flavors of refills. We have beef and chicken. The beef ones are new. You just put them in the side here. Slip them in. We have a big fan over here. Here, I can do this one a little closer if he lets me. Well,
Use this habit like that, please.
There we go. And then he's just gonna chew it and clean his own teeth. I actually just took my dog to the vet and they complemented his teeth. But I have been using the biting brush every day, so definitely oral care is so important for dogs. It's one of the biggest pain points. I love my dog so much. I just don't brush their teeth every day. A little bit of like 20 minutes of sort of like brushing power. Yeah. So again, those like the paw, we think a lot about how dogs sort of play with products. They'll take like one side of it, which brings the other up. And so we say we have like kind of paw-friendly shapes, which map how a dog, truly kind of like plays with products themselves.
Well, and you can see too, like now that we've got it close on him, how he's like digging his teeth in there, and that's going up against those bristles that are inside of it.
Yeah.
So you can really see that it's rubbing up against that tartar and plaque on his teeth as he's using his teeth to get the treat out. So a lot less work for the
human
sure.
just to stick a couple of treats in
They
there.
have a nice treat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he thinks he's chewing and playing, but it's
doesn't know
actually
he's
doing some hard work there, which is so great.
So great. Yeah, and he look at, I mean, he's got it all slobbery and he's just, he's loving that. You can tell he loves it. That's so great.
Yep. Yeah, that's the best part about WOOF is we're all dog people, so we're all dog parents ourselves. So every product that we make sure that, one, we're really thoughtful and giving from a dog first perspective, consulting experts like yourself, and just are we doing right by the dogs? Is this what they actually need? And ideally what they want at the same time. Bringing that joy and function together is so important to us.
Our dogs are our product testers.
They're our harshest critics, right? So if it doesn't pass the test with our dogs, it's just not going to work. It's not WOOF. We would never launch it. It's really, really important to us.
I really like how you incorporate the use of paws because one of my dogs is very hands-on. He likes to hold things with his paws so that he can. So you probably actually really love that one and the other one that you showed earlier because he holds it and that's something that he does even with his ball. He'll hold his ball between his paws and then nudge it with his nose so that it pops out so that he can chase it and play little game on his own with it, which I bet would be great with your fly ball. You want to pop one of those down.
Yeah, we can talk about fly ball as well. So this is a 2-in-1 sort of product of ours. It is first and foremost a vegetable, right? It has beautiful colors. We have very floor-friendly rubbers. It's not going to scuff. It's really easy to clean. We like to say that we designed for both ends of the leash, and so making this something that's pet parent is really easy to take care of. But it actually has sort of this hole here, these chambers that you can put puzzle treats into, and then it's sort of hard to see, but there's these different chambers here that effectively kind of shape the treats back, and then you give it to your dog to play with, and they're trying to forage and find and sniff and get the treats actually out of the puzzle ball as well. So you're getting brain games, you're also getting physical activity with section balls, so lots of different benefits, both mental and physical.
And you said it fits in the tuck-in, right?
Yes.
Which is fantastic.
Yes. Chucks are also similar. So this is it's a tug toy. So again, his brother is at home. They play all day together. And so this is they'll have a tug of war session, but it also similarly has the chambers here, so you can load puzzle treats and have brain games as well. So you're getting 2 functions out of one.
Tell me how Enrichment has changed your dog's life.
I joined WOOF about a year ago. I'd heard Enrichment. I had no idea really what it was and the benefits of it. And I think what's so fascinating is just again, we have 2 dogs that are so similar, and they're wired differently, right? So we try to do the best we can. We take them on walks with them, sometimes the weather doesn't cooperate. We feed them really good food, but that was probably the basics, and that's how I thought about their care. I think I'm doing well for them. I think I'm taking to the vet in time. What I've learned from WOOF is just so powerful, just the benefits of mental enrichment, and just of brain games and popsicle and licking and chewing, and how important that is for their stimulation, the mental stimulation. And it makes sense. It's how I think about my own wellness, it's not just physical wellness. We understand the benefits of physical health, mental health, particularly during the pandemic, because Wordle and Sudoku became this big moment, so our brains don't turn into mush. And you're getting fun in the moment, but there's all these long-term cognitive benefits, and dogs are the same. It's not just spam, it's health span, and how do we have more ears, but also better ears. That's kind of the whole point. So I've learned so much just in terms of things that I thought were a part of their nature, but a lot of behavioral things. If Rizzo doesn't get enough stimulation, his brother, he will literally give it a bark at us. And then we can take that at face value if I didn't work at WOOF and just be or oh, he's popsicle, or he needs to walk about, he needs to get some activity out. So just the appreciation and understanding of just well-being, it's physical health, it's mental health, it's the bond that we have together, and the social connections, is how important that is.
And I just want to point out, you guys can't see it, but I'm gonna show him again. He was a little anxious. There was a lot going on. We gave him some toys and some calming peanut butter stuff, and now
So chill.
he's just chill. And you guys, look at
people around.
there's
so many people walking around and doing stuff. So there's a lot going on, and he's doing phenomenally. How did Enrichment change your life?
Well, I got my dog after I started working at WOOF. So I joined the company a little over a year ago. I got my dog a little less than a year. 1 month into the job, I was like, dog. So I grew up with dogs who obviously I didn't know the importance of enrichment. We didn't give them any kind of enrichment, but we also lived in the suburbs. He was getting a lot of physical, he got a lot of steps, always running around, but he was still so crazy, and I never understood. I'm like, how can this dog be like still wanting to go for walks, and like it's not kind of fulfilling something for him? Like it always felt like something was missing. And then when I was always worried about getting a dog living in a big city, I live in New York, and then once I started working at WOOF, I was like, I'm not scared about getting a dog. I'm not worried about getting a dog anymore, because I see how much of an impact our products have made on other people's lives. So I got my dog. He doesn't know any better. He gets popsicles every day. But I do notice a difference when I give him a popsicle versus when I don't give him a popsicle. And even like with the popsicle, when I feed him in the walkabout versus not feeding him in the walkabout or letting him lick, just kind of seeing those different activities that I can give my dog that aren't taking him for walks and more walks. It always feels like something's missing if he doesn't have that enrichment. When I first picked him up, it was after being in a car for 2 days driving from Texas. The first thing I did was give him a popsicle. He ate it in my lap, and now it's like the best part.
I think that's such an important thing to point out too. Is like enrichment is a bonding experience between you and your pet. This is a relationship building exercise that you can do every single day to build that trust and that love between you. And it's such a cool thing to be able to share something so special with your dog. And finally, one piece of advice, it doesn't have to be enrichment related, for someone who's maybe struggling with their dog.
Patience is so important, and dogs are not a one size fits all. That's what I've learned. I've had 3 golden retrievers over the last 15 years. So differently mannered. So they all have different demeanors. They all have different needs. They all have different health circumstances. And I think just like paying attention really matters. I am so grateful that I know what I know, so that I can have a better bond and relationship with him. And I think just like paying attention, doing research as well, like talking to experts. Like again, I just didn't know what enrichment was, and so there's a lot of great resources out there. There's a lot of great humans and experts that can help translate good for me, it's good for them. Having patience, like not treating it as one size fits all, finding like paying attention to their own native language. Dogs experience the world differently than others. Loving the dog that's in front of you and understanding them and paying attention, it really matters, and caring for them. The worst part about pet parents is just you don't have them long enough. What about you?
Kind of similar to part of what Michelle was saying is being able to understand your dog. And my parents' dog is very picky with his food, is very picky with his treats. You could tell he needed his mental enrichment. He's 10 years old. He's doesn't really want to eat his food anymore unless you throw like a half of a rotisserie chicken in there. So adding chicken into a lick mat and freezing it with some water, or putting chicken into the popsicle and just like finding a way to give him what he needs and kind of changing things around just to get that for him. I think with my dog, when I got him, it was a big adjustment. He's crazy. I live in a small apartment in New York. The popsicle is literally a lifesaver. Kind of figuring out what he needs and being able to give that to him is so special.
Yeah, curiosity, creativity, and adaptability. Very, very, very important.
I have one more.
Yeah, go for
Just
it.
in the sense of like, there's just so many good dogs that need homes, and I think we don't have kids, and I feel like we're always waiting for like when we feel ready, and I feel like a lot of that like is similar to pet parentship. If you're like being a pet parent, you want to like feel like there's this moment in time where you're like perfectly ready, you have it all figured out, all the right circumstances. Hannah and I are both evidence that like dogs just need good homes.
Everyone was telling me, you're not ready for a dog. My parents were like, you're not getting a dog, you're not ready, you're living by yourself in the small apartment, like a dog needs a big apartment. I take my dog on more walks than people who probably live in big apartments. I give him everything he needs, and he's literally the light of my life. When people are like, I live in a small apartment, I can't get a dog. You can get a dog if you want a dog. Like it's so special. It's
Yeah.
I think what you shared about just like reactive pets, right? The understanding of like what's the underlying thing that's happening, you know, like there are wonderful pets out there that have reactivity issues and things that are just like you understand the broader ecosystem that's happening to them, like they deserve great homes.
They do. They do deserve great homes. Well, thank you so much, guys, for taking the time.
Oh,
Super fun, and
this.
can't wait to do it again with you guys. Thank you.